The world is screaming at you every single second. It demands you go faster, stay updated, and shout louder to be heard above the noise. But look closely at those who truly master the game. They are not standing where the noise is loudest. They are found in the stillness. We live in an illusion of movement, where constant activity is mistaken for progress, and silence is often feared as a sign of weakness. Information floods our senses, drowning out our intuition. We are taught that to stop is to fall behind in an endless, invisible race. Anxious faces stare into blue light in the dead of night, searching for answers in a digital void that never sleeps or offers peace. This constant noise creates a fatigue of the soul. We are connected to everyone yet feel more isolated and overwhelmed than ever before. Step back into a different time, where value is measured in depth, not speed. A time when silence was a sanctuary for the wise. True winners choose to retreat. They step away from the crowd to observe what everyone else has missed in their frantic, hurried lives. In this space, time slows down. The frantic energy of the world fades, replaced by the weight of things that actually matter in life. The clock no longer dictates panic, but provides a steady rhythm for reflection. Here, the mind begins to see the patterns hidden by chaos. The art of silence is not about doing nothing. It is about gathering the strength to act with absolute clarity when others are confused. To win, you must build an inner fortress, a mental sanctuary where the opinions of the crowd cannot penetrate your core values and goals. This fortress is made of principles and long-term vision. It is the solid ground upon which you stand while the world shifts beneath you. Consider the rock in the sea. The waves crash against it with fury, but the rock remains unmoved, indifferent to the chaos surrounding it. Your mind must become that rock. Let the trends and the panic of the masses wash over you without changing your internal state. Observe the person who is present but detached. They are in the crowd but not of it, protected by an invisible wall of focus. Retreating is not about running away. It is about building a barrier. It is the ability to filter out the noise of the unimportant. In your fortress, you do not react to fear or hype. You act based on logic and the timeless rules of success and character. While others chase every flickering light, the silent winner remains fixed on their own internal compass, navigating by a light the crowd cannot see. The fortress is where your best work is born. It is the space where focus is absolute and distractions are strictly forbidden by your will. Warren Buffett did not get rich by watching tickers down. He got rich during long afternoons alone in a quiet office in Omaha, Nebraska. He chose the retreat. He chose to read and think, while others were busy networking and shouting about the next big thing on television. Retreating is not about disappearing from the world. It is about withdrawing from the world's control over your thoughts and your emotional state. When you are no longer chipped by the opinions of others, you become dangerous. You become a person who can wait for the right moment. In the fortress, you cultivate the power of patience. You learn that most things are not worth a reaction, and silence is the best response. The true winner is the one who can sit in a room alone and be perfectly content, waiting for the path to become clear. Real power is the ability to slow down. In a world of instant gratification, the person who can wait is the one who wins. Great things are built with the strategy of the slow. Like a clock, every move must be deliberate, purposeful, and perfectly timed for impact. Consider the blacksmith. The strength of the blade comes from the repeated, patient strikes. You cannot rush the tempering of a soul or a career. Success is a process of refinement. It requires the heat of effort and the cooling of reflection, back and forth, until you are unbreakable. Look at the charts of the greats. They are not jagged lines of luck, but long, steady arcs of compounding effort and disciplined silence. The crowd wants the harvest today, but the winner is busy planting the seeds and tending the soil for a decade from now. Life is a game of chess, not a race. Those who rush their moves are the first to lose their queens to a silent trap. One right decision made after 100 hours of deep contemplation is worth more than 1,000 impulsive choices made in a single hour. The strategy of slowing down allows you to see the board from a different perspective. You see the end before the beginning starts. Tranquility is your greatest weapon. When you move slowly, you move with the weight of intention, and intention is what creates lasting results. The winner understands that speed is often a mask for insecurity. Those who are sure of their path do not need to run. There is power in that pause. In that moment of absolute stillness before the action, where all possibilities are weighed and the best is chosen, delaying satisfaction is the ultimate test of character. The crowd fails because they cannot wait. The winner succeeds because they simply refuse to rush. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Emulate the mountain, not the storm. The mountain outlasts everything that tries to move it. By slowing down, you become the master of your own time. You no longer react to the world. The world begins to react to you. Why do people fear silence? Because in the silence, the ego has no place to hide. You are forced to face the real you. Your ego thrives on noise and attention. It wants to be seen, praised, and validated by the crowd. But the crowd is a fickle master. Realize the scarcity of your presence. The more you are seen, the less you are valued. The more you speak, the more common you become. The winner understands that power lies in mystery. By staying away, your words carry 10 times the weight when you finally choose to speak. Be like the eagle. It flies high and alone, far above the chattering birds of the valley. It sees the world from a place of sovereignty. Below, the masses fight over scraps of attention, oblivious to the vast horizon available to those who dare to ascend into the quiet. The market and destiny do not care about your feelings or your ego. They only respond to the truth of your actions in the dark. When the lights go out and the applause fades, who are you? The winner is the person who is comfortable in that total emptiness. To win, you must become invisible to the praise and the blame of the world. Both are traps for the ego that lead to ruin. If you depend on the crowd's cheers to move forward, you will also stop when they start to boo. Silence breaks that dependency. Kill your ego before the world kills it for you. Use the silence to strip away the false versions of yourself until only truth remains. The ultimate freedom is not needing to be understood by anyone. When you stop explaining yourself, you gain a massive amount of energy. Your energy is your most precious resource. Don't waste it on the ego's thirst for recognition. Build your empire in the shadows instead. In the silence, you find the strength to be your own judge. You no longer look outward for a compass. You are the compass. This is the mark of a true winner. They are whole within themselves. The noise of the world is just background music to their vision. Success is found in the discipline of the boring. It is the steady growth that happens when no one is watching or cheering. Freedom lies on the other side of boredom. It is the ability to do the same small, correct things day after day with total consistency. The crowd seeks excitement and novelty. They jump from one thing to another, never digging deep enough to find the gold of mastery. But the winner embraces the monotony. They know that the boring work is the foundation of the spectacular result that the world eventually sees. Don't look for excitement. Look for efficiency. Look for the quiet rhythm of a life lived with absolute intention and singular, unwavering focus. Every morning, the winner resets. They return to the silence. They return to the basic habits that built their fortress in the first place. The path is long and there are no shortcuts. Those who try to run out of breath, those who walk with discipline reach the end. It is the small, narrow, repeated actions that carve out a destiny. Silence gives you the patience to finish the work without rushing the process. When the world is exhausted by the chase, you will still be standing because you never wasted your energy on the unnecessary noise. Consistency is the ultimate superpower. It is not about being the best for a day. It is about being disciplined for a decade. Your influence will expand in the same way, not through a loud splash, but through the steady, consistent impact of your silent, focused work. Here is a test for your fortress. When this video ends, do not click another. Do not scroll, just sit in the silence for 10 minutes. Face the silence. Face yourself. If you cannot sit for 10 minutes without a screen, you are not the master of your own life yet. The invitation is open. Retreat today. Close the door. Turn off the notifications. And rediscover the person who lives underneath the noise. The world is waiting to be won. But it will not be won by those who shout. It will be won by those who listen. Build your fortress. Protect your peace. The power you seek is not out there in the crowd. It is already within the silence. The winner is not the one who screams the loudest. The winner is the one who is the last person standing in the quiet. Is your fortress ready? The journey into the silence begins now. Take the first step and let the noise of the world finally die away. Now, turn it off. Sit. Breathe, and let the silence reveal the truth that the noise has been trying to hide from you.